Hello guys, welcome to another Age of Empires forecasted game. This time we have LoueMT playing as the Ayyubids in the color pink against his opponent playing as the Japanese in the color teal. It is LoueMT. Welcome everybody. Now Louis has been in a wild ride playing the Japanese. Like, if you have seen him before in other videos, he has this strange build where he opens up with 1 on gold and 2 on stone and basically ages up a little bit slowly, but he managed to get the upgraded town center. I don't know if we're gonna see that today, but for sure, very interesting build, and he has been trying things out. I wonder if he's gonna show us what he has been cooking these days. But anyway, I'm really happy I found this game because I cannot really find LoueMT games that many. It's because they're private, and it's, you know, when they're private I cannot just check them. The opponents needs to be public if I want to check the match. But Louis most of the time has everything public, so that's why you see him very often on this channel. And this matchup, we have two civilizations that probably will thinking about going castle really fast, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case this match, just because the meta of the Ayyubids have changed quite a bit since the last update. They just like to produce some units at the beginning. They age up with the economic wing growth, just giving them 3 extra villagers, and that in and of itself gives them enough economic advantage to just, you know, have a bigger army than your opponent, just because your economy is better for some time at least. But they're not really rushing into castle, but there's always the possibility that, you know, they click on this one, Culture Wing Advance, and they just pay very little to go to the next age. So it's still pretty much a fast castle age civ. Samurai Japanese, as we all know, it's very well known for their famous fast castle build, just because you get the Yoroshiros and you get so much value out of it. It's basically working as like having 3 productions. I believe it's like 300%, right? So it's like having like 3 production buildings at the beginning, which you can just pump units really fast, take the map control, and obviously their Mount Samurai are very good unit, just because of the deflected armor. It is so hard to deal with. So we're gonna have the Kure storehouse in the back. We're gonna losing a couple of farms here, but if you don't know the Kure storehouse, if it doesn't give you the farm because it's blocked by some reason, like in this case, it just gives you the wood for it. So, I mean, that's kind of like the... I don't know if you live in a first world country, but sometimes they just give you some bonus stuff for like disasters or whatever, and then you use the money for, instead of repairing the house, you do it for something else. I've seen that before. I think my family that I have in the United States is like, it's just there are some disasters there around the east of the United States, and they just receive some money for repairs. Obviously their house didn't get any damage, but they still get the money, so they just use the money for something else. Pretty much the case here. I don't know if that's a really good example, but let's see if Louis uses a couple of farms here instead of putting farms, putting another production building. But anyway, one already there in the next age, looking to put some archers. Now we have seen Louis playing a lot with the Yumi archer build. I don't think that's gonna be the case here. Never mind, I didn't say anything. The reason why I didn't thought he was gonna go archers is because he didn't went for his famous build where he just upgrade the town center and they get the Batterman to just buff all those units. We're gonna have a stable archer coming for both players. Not gonna They don't want to play the Spearman role. Spearman, man, Spearman is such a... I feel like every time I make Spearman, I just lose them. I just lose them against the archers. It's just so hard to keep them alive. It's just so hard. I wish they have a little bit of armor. Like Donsos, I'm looking at you. So it's a stable and archer for both players. They're gonna be fighting in the Feudal Age for a while. Meanwhile, Louis already have the second upgrade of the wheelbarrow. It doesn't say here. The other day I see in the comments like someone put like they didn't upgrade the wheelbarrow. They did. They did. Just it doesn't show here on the UI because caster mode has been, I believe, at this point, I dare to say it's depreciated. I believe with all my heart that there is someone out there that used to work on the caster mode and it's that he left the company and there's no one there to take on his role. I'm pretty sure that's the case here. I'm pretty sure the casted mode is abandoned here. I'm 100% sure. Like, there's no way, like, you have this kind of bugs after so many months, and nobody actually. I don't think the devs realize how important the caster mode is for the community. And we're not even talking about 2v2s or games with more than 2 players where you cannot see any kind of information. That's that's a tough one. But anyway, Louis having the time of his life, already having 3 archers, 1 horseman. Both players pretty much mirroring each other, but there's gonna be some desert raiders. Sorry, no, not desert raiders, camel, right? There you go, desert raiders. I thought it was a camel raider. Desert raider joining the Wam's army just to debuff those units. Looks like the horseman will be there to harass into Wam's gold, but outpost going up, and looks like this gold is not gonna be harassable anymore. Looks like it's just gonna be a few units into a castle age. It doesn't look like an all-in. Do we see a blacksmith? We don't really see a blacksmith, so I don't think WAM is really invested. Never mind. Blacksmith's coming in, and it looks like maybe he changed his plans. Maybe he was like, hey, you know what? I'm going castle age, and maybe I can harass his economy before he goes castle. But looking that he also has some units, I might as well, you know, stay a little bit longer in the feudal age. Have plenty of gold, to be honest. Plenty of gold. Now, archers are gonna be throwing their toy weapons, toy arrows. Just doing. Already have +1 range attack coming up for him, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Prioritizing those ranged units is very nice at the beginning, especially because your archers are really the best. They're quite weak. So gold already here, an outpost as well, and looks like Louis it's gonna be on the race. Never mind, Castle Age coming for one. It's gonna be the culture wing advance. It's like, is this a blacksmith to to confuse the opponent? Well, he's gonna go for that Castle Age. Not gonna be having a huge amount of units. Louis says, "Great minds think alike, my friend. I'm also going castle." And he's also upgrading the outpost thanks to the passive stun that the Japanese have. It pretty much makes them a really good late game save just because of the passive gold they get from the stun and the passive stun they get from the gold. They just have so much resources, as well as the tier 3 wheelbarrow, which eventually makes it better than the original one, I believe. Especially because you can gather extra from the very bushes. Desert Raider is gonna go down. Plenty of archers here. Horsemen are gonna be tanking that damage, but not enough units now to defend those archers. And now horsemen are gonna go there, take down Wam's archers. +1 range armor coming for him, as well as some eco upgrades as well. And the archer is proven to be kind of useful in the feudal age. That's new. That's new. New age begins for both players. Floating gate already up for Louis. I'll be placing that Yoroshiro. The question is where he will place it. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually places it in the archer range, just because you can get those Onamushas, and you directly you have a counter for the camel lancers that are coming from your opponent. So I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Floating gate almost there, and one thinking about getting those relics. I already have one mosque here ready to grab some relics. The cool thing about the Ayyubids is that the monks, the dervish, they use so fast. They just cost a little bit more food, but it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it to have a mount, cavalry type of monk where you can just grab the relic so fast. Save already there, and Louis already coming to get the other relic. Take a look at Wham's vision. It's already there. Almost arriving to Louis' base. Looking to harass the berries. No units out there, so there's gonna be definitely some idle time for Louis, and potentially some villagers will go down here. Managed to escape by an inch, but looks like one villager may potentially go down. The body block doesn't work. And now Mount Samurai going there, but the debuff is activated and they just do much less damage. Just because they are around camels, they just have, you say, 20% less damage. There you go. Shinto Priest already there with a relic, and looks like Wham already know what his plan is. And he's going there to take down the priest. Scout. Scout's gonna be down. That's valuable intel that Louis needs at this time. Unfortunately, Priest also going down. No relic for Louis. Meanwhile, archers just decoration now. There's not much they can do in the castle age if they're not upgraded. And we're already seeing veteran archers coming for Wham. Already putting an outpost desk just to secure those berries. Let's take a look at the income per minute now. Starting to add some crossbows into the mix. And Mount Samurai having a really rough time taking down those camel lancers. I mean, you're talking about 22 damage against 19. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. Veterancy for archers also coming for Louis. And looks like this dervish is gonna go down, but the relic is already pretty much into Wham's territory, so he's gonna be able to get it very easy. No relic so far for Louis. That's an issue with this. Actually, prioritizing the second town center. He's not gonna building another monastery. He's just gonna wait for the next Shinto priest that comes for free from the Yoroshiro. Just gonna wait a little bit. +1 range armor coming for Wham, as well as +2 range armor. Meanwhile, veterancy for these archers is coming really soon. There you go. Shinto priest. That's a very brave priest. I'm sure Wham is like, you're not gonna be able to grab this one, right? I don't think you dare. Dervish, it's like, too late for you, man. And now, Louis is going for the deer here. Gonna be placing a couple of outposts. Camel Lancer are already there to try to harass, but looks like it's not gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna get any kind of villager. Never mind. Grabs the one that was lower health. Loses the Camel Lancer, but managed to take one villager. Probably worth it, but Louis already on a second town center. Meanwhile, Wham also in a second town center. They're pretty much mirroring each other. You go stable archer, I also go stable archer. You go 2TC, I go 2TC. You go fast castle, I go fast castle. Like, these guys is just they have practice for this game. Shinto priest not gonna be able to take that relic, and looks like Louis it's gonna end up with 0 relics on the bank, and that's a tough one. We're not gonna have any passive gold coming up for him. Now, at this point, both players cannot finish the game at this state. Like, this is not an army that can actually kill you. Like, technically you can lose your army, right? But you can just produce more and you're gonna be having a good time. So we're seeing Louis playing a little bit of an economical game. Like, I know I cannot fight now. I need some eco upgrades. I need probably some siege to have a good fight. And it looks like he's gonna do the transition for the mass samurai, mass Onabugeisha. And one with those villagers in the gold. Without any protection, Louis, he just needs to move a little bit forward to get those villagers. It looks like he has other issues to take care of. One trying to harass into the food economy, but Louis already found the villagers. And the problem of having just one less attack coming from those archers. You cannot one-shot a villager, unfortunately. Meanwhile, more camel lancers into Louis' economy, and we see the spearman coming up for him, as well as Mangonel. Plenty of spearmen coming, already hardened spearman, no veterancy yet. Mon Samurai is trying to cause some damage. And the archers just deep dive into the Ayyubids base. It's like, I don't care, I'm fast, I'm just gonna take some villagers' life. Meanwhile, there's enough spearmen to scare those camel lancers, and archers looks like they will take down another villager. And I think that's worth it for Louis. So far he has killed 10 villagers in this game. He's denying the berries at the west of the map. Deer still haven't been gathered. And the good thing about Japanese is that they do have the free farms. So in terms of farm transition, they're not gonna be so behind. Like, normally things start to slow down when you need to go for a farm transition. But it looks like both players are just thinking about using those resources in the map, where they can just grab all the food that they can before even thinking putting a single farm. Except Louis actually have a couple of Mangonels already there. It's gonna be Mangonel Spearman. Mon Samurai probably going down here. Mangonel shots. Gotta be careful not to losing that Mangonel. Loses the Mangonel, unfortunately. Happens to the best of us. Louis, with heavy on Storm, probably thinking about either... I think he's thinking about upgrading the town center just to have that bonus food economy, and also the Batterman. He doesn't have access to any Batterman so far. Spearman is gonna be the only unit that Louis creates for now. There's plenty of Camel Lancers. A lot of villagers going down here. Meanwhile, a couple of Rams taking down the outpost, denying the deer from Louis. As well as more villagers coming down, and Wam now has the villager lead. Outpost gotta go down, and now the deer at the front, it's also unavailable. There's no defensive emplacements here. No defensive outpost or whatever, so it's... only have a boar here, a juicy boar. Meanwhile, Wam is gonna be mainly focusing on archers, which is exactly what you need when your opponent is based on full spearman. Town center already upgraded. Shinto Priest just healing those expensive Mon Samurai units. And more spearmen coming here to deal with the Camel Lancers. Camel Lancers have been proven to be extremely annoying in this match. Extremely annoying. More runs, dealing with more houses. It's gonna be very annoying to deal with the population cap. Springle already there. Springle battle. Takes down enemy Springle. Takes down another Springle. Very clean coming from Louis. Mangonel not gonna be able to use it here. Meanwhile, Mangonel shot coming for Louis managed to actually take down the Mangonel with the Springles. It's like one losing very expensive siege units. The good thing is he's building on the side, but I don't think he has enough time to build those. Never mind, looks like he will have. Louis is not really interested in coming in that area, and the Mangonels are along. No units are here to protect the Mangonel, and looks like the Mangonel is going down, and potentially some Springles as well. Managed to arrive on time to defend the Springles. And more Springles coming up for one. This time, 3 Springles. And more pressure on this side of the map. Another Mangonel coming up for Louis. And that's a lot of archers. C formation is here, so it's gonna be really hard to hit with the Mangonel as well. Town center doing quite a lot of damage. Bannerman just buffing everyone here. At the same time, Wham goes for another raid. This time with plenty of Camel Lancers. 2 Spearmen is just not gonna be enough. Louis will be forced to leave this area. Now villagers get pulled to take down the Springle. Not so without losing quite a few of them. Louis already in 56 villagers. Bound Samurai dealing with the Camel Lancer finally. Wolf working for Louis right now. But Army Bal is still working very good for Louis. We're seeing this deadly transition into the Samurai. Does he have Odachi? Odachi is not there yet. This is the upgrade that you need against infantry. When you have that upgrade, those man-at-arms just deal so much damage. And now those archers, they can't do anything. There is only a single crossbow on the field. One losing the momentum he had. He already killed so many villagers. He caused so much damage to Louis. He's been idling his economy for quite a long time. Archers taking more life. Odachi coming really soon for him. And Louis managed to find the villagers here, fighting for their life. Say, actually, not gonna happen. Just run away, walk of shame. It's gonna be the infantry-only composition that we love to see from the Japanese. And now Louis, despite having a really rough time in his base, still equal in terms of army. And I wouldn't say equal exactly, because these archers won't do anything to this veteran samurai. More food gets denied. And Louis... Wham taps out! For some reason Wham taps out, and well played by these two players.